Hi, y'all. Welcome or welcome back. We're talking about Manvel pros and cons. Manvel, Texas is one of the fastest growing suburbs in the Houston area. And that's what we're talking about today. But growth always comes at a cost or trade offs. And tonight I'm breaking down what really is happening in Manvel. There's opportunity, but with opportunity comes challenges. And what this means for household budget is before you buy or invest here, this isn't hype, this is data. Make sure you listen to this live. And if you're considering Manvel, you definitely need to see this. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to talk about Manvel for sure. Now let's get into it. Manvel, it is called the city on the rise, and it's called the city on the rise because it's not just branding. The city has experienced explosive growth in a very short amount of time, and tonight I want to help you understand what the growth really means for you. It's not a sales pitch, it's an informed breakdown so you can make smart decisions. Manvel lifestyle. Let's get into it. Let's start with it. Manvel attracts buyers because of the new home community's modern amenities and access to schools. You'll see master plan communities like Pomona, Meridiana, Del Bello offering newer homes in a resort style living amenities for most of them. It has shopping and daily conveniences and many new ones and evolving and coming up. I covered it in one of my videos about some new developments happening in Manvel, especially since it's close to Pearland. It's just minutes away. It's close to the medical center, minutes from the medical center off of the 288, and very convenient. So families are drawn to the area for several of these reasons. Now, it's had a decade of explosive growth, and this slide tells the powerful story. In less than 10 years, Manvel's taxable value grew from 578 million and some change to over 2.3 billion and some change. But the rapid growth always comes with pressures on the infrastructure, and we're going to cover that too. The core challenge is managing the water in a flat landscape. I'm going to explain this to you. This is a flat area with clay soil, which means water doesn't absorb easily when it rains. The city is surrounded by major waterways, and during heavy rain, drainage becomes a serious concern in Manvel. This has been identified by the residents in the city planning documents as a #1 issue for Manvel. That means flood risk. North of Highway 6, you have 3 elevated structures that run parallel, creating a bottleneck for water flow. During a heavy rain, this effectively acts like a dam, and we definitely don't want that in the area. The estimated cost to fix this is between 125 million to 127 million, and that matters for homeowners, of course. So if you look at Highway 6 here you'll see Highway 6 north of Highway 6, State Highway 6, and the elevated water channel, and then the railways. You see what I'm talking about. Now, this means that there's some challenges there. The city has been strained with city services. Rapid growth has impacted city services. In just 1 year, property counts increased from about 900,000 to over 10,200. That's significant. And so in order to maintain the same level of services, the city has identified that they need 40 new positions, but no new positions were funded in the preliminary, and I say preliminary budget. The gap affects response times, infrastructure, and service quality. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. This is the bottom line. It has impact on household budgets. This is where homeowners can really feel it. While the tax rate itself remains stable, rising property values mean higher tax bills. Utility costs are also increasing, including 11% water rate increase in new service fees. So even without a tax hike, the cost of living is rising. Told you we're going to be real here. The pros of living in Manvel. Now, obviously, those are, I outlined the issues and the cons, but the pros. Now, Manvel offers a strong investment potential. You're buying into a high growth area with modern homes, modern amenities, excellent access to Houston's major employment centers like the medical center and downtown. You're also getting in while the city is still developing, which you can consider a long-term advantage. Now, getting into some other cons is this is honest. So I just went over these pros right here, and then let's consider the cons. I've already outlined them up front, some of this. Significant flood risk, strained public service, rising cost of living, and infrastructure lag because it's growing so quickly. Now, the Manvel equation and how to balance this, the promise with growing pains. How do they do that? I'm not doing it. Living in Manvel, it is about balance. So you're trading the opportunity of a city on the rise for growing pains that come with it. The key is understanding both sides before you commit. And this is where I've gone into the pros and the cons of Manvel. I am going to continue to go into this a little more depth and then show you the communities at Manvel too. But this is why navigating Manvel requires a local expert. You don't just need an agent, you need a guide, somebody who has local expert knowledge in the area. I want you to know I'm Lisa, your Houston agent and the hardest working agent in the area. As I've broken the pros and cons down, if you are considering Manvel, make sure you check the link out below and book a 15-minute call with me to go over more of what you're thinking about, maybe a strategic move, maybe it's Manvel or the surrounding areas. Book that call and I will talk to you in the next one. All right. Have a great night, day, whatever it is for you. And I will definitely see you in the next one. All right. Bye.